So now that we all are understanding the labor market in Southeast Asia and seeing the consequences that it is bringing, we should discuss about the changes that you should take to boost employment, okay? So according to the recommendation by the International Labour Organization, it says that business should design well-targeted active labor market programs from ASEAN graduates. So do you mind sharing some examples of suitable programs?
I think since we're doing YNOT Start is doing this event, we might have some ideas of those programs. It's called the AMLP programs, and these programs are implemented by the governments to help subsidy the youth when they're unemployed, or reach out to them and help them plan for the career or job assistance, or even reskilling and upskilling programs for that. So I think in this kind of situation, I think Mr. Min, as a career coach, will have more experience and have more examples of what I'm saying, right, Mr. Min?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned before, I think for the fresh graduate, there could be sometimes some problem of the they might face some gap between the thing that you learn in the education and the requirement from the labor market. So we need to fill this gap. So there could be several stakeholders that can take part in that role. The first could be the government. So I'm not sure about in your country, but in Myanmar we don't have good career education program. So normally I think in some European countries, in some developed countries, they well developed the career education system combined in the academic structure, so that you know that what you can do or what you have to do after you graduate. And also there are some kinds of career counselor in your university where you can counsel and you can consult with. So this kinds of provision that the government or the university or the education or the academic structure should provide it. I think that we can start with. Or for the youth, they can even form some kinds of job clubs or career club in a university where you can start communicate with some organizations and do some kinds of job fair or internship matching. You can start doing that. So that for the youth you can start with. For the businesses, they need to consider that they need to invest in the youth talents. So they need to develop some program that they can find some talents in the youth, but they cannot find ready-made. So they need to develop some internship or some special program that they can they can train, and also they can see the potential in this training or special program, and that they can build long-term relationship with this potential employee. So I think that kind of structure normally work in Korea or Japan. I'm not sure in ASEAN. So that big company normally they are investing a lot of their energy and also money into the youth. So in this intention or special foundation program, and they don't need to hire all the people. Like for example, in this program they accept 30 people, but they may only after the graduations of that program, they might hire only 10 or 5 people. They can even select throughout this program. So I think there are some kinds of different structure that we can think of.
Yes, Mr. Min. Similar to the programs that you just mentioned, in my university, there is this program from Coca-Cola where they would recruit about 10 students in their training programs that would last about 2 years, and then they would select the final selections to be their employees. So yes, Mr. Min, thank you for the answer. Okay, since many of you these days have been involved both in and out of school activities, most of them feel like they work better with their peers and their same generation. So how can students be prepared for working with peers at school to working with different generation professionals in working environment?
I definitely think that it can be easy working with peers because we are used to them. We grew up with people around us around our same age going to school. But I think one thing we can do is, especially if we're looking at like the health profession, we can volunteer at hospitals or we can shadow doctors or nurses. And I think that will definitely give you a better insight into how to interact with people who are older than you or younger than you. Because I think mostly when you go into the work field, you're not going to be with people your own age. You're going to be with a diverse group of people. And I think putting yourself early in situations like that can definitely help you in your future jobs.
Yes, Mr. Min?
I can give one suggestion that you should be, for the youth who are entering into the job market. I think they should be assertive yet respectful. So they should speak out. They cannot shy or they cannot hide in the dark. They need to open up their idea and communicate with the peer or the supervisor. But at the same time, they need to find how to maintain the respect, especially for the different generation. If you can have both these two qualities, I think you can easily build strong communication in your workplace.
I definitely think I agree with that. I also think there's a very big cultural differences, depends on where you are. Coming from an Asian country, I'm from Vietnam originally. Being in Vietnam, the difference between age group is very apparent. And when you enter a workforce where there are people with different age group going on, there's definitely a disparity here there. However, in the United States, everything gets reduced to you and I. So there's not a significant difference when it comes to difference in age group. However, there is a difference when it comes to difference in working years. How long have you been at the firm for, or how long have you been at the position for? And that shows through kind of like just everyday task. I would say, like what Mr. Min said, be assertive, make your opinions heard, but also be humble, listen. I think that's like number one thing to kind of work with a lot of people. And last thing is stand up for yourself. I don't think many people realize that, especially youth coming out of, graduating from college. We have the voice, we have thought about things, and if you don't stand up for yourself, no one will. And in the case of which you stand up for yourself and you're wrong, that's totally fine. Like, that's how you have a great opportunity to be corrected and you won't make the same mistake again. So yeah, stand up for yourself.
Yes, Nancy, I totally agree with you. Being open and being okay with being rejected and everything, it's all about the openness. Yeah. So next question. Do any of you know any specific organization youths in Southeast Asia should connect to improve their skills and experiences?
I think YNOT Start is one. It's a good start here. We can communicate here and build connection, and then also develop the skill sets. And I think there are also other organizations. Some are coming from like some aid program or a UN program, or some embassy develop some kinds of program. So like you can find there also. Some of the youth program here, I think we can say like YCD or ISA. I think that you can find in our country also. I'm not sure about what youth organizations or what kinds of organizations that provide targeted program for the youth in our country. So, but we can see. I think you already know. Right?
I think one great resource for this would be LinkedIn. So one thing that I think LinkedIn does really well is that they have different courses to prep you, different skill set to enter the job market. So if there are no programs around you available for you to access, one great resource bank is the internet, and LinkedIn is great. That you can really access so many different skill set on there. I think there's another one that has like different skill set as well. I don't remember the name specifically, but yeah, there are so many courses online that teach you different things. Or even better, you should reach out or you should do research to get different certificates. There is in the consulting world, you stand a much better chance of getting a job if you are data data fluency certified. And in order to be data fluent, you need to know how to code in R and do a bunch of data analysis, but that certificate will get you places. So yeah, that's another resource that you can reach out to.
Thank you, Nancy, for sharing such amazing tip.